Hey everyone, I'm Jason. This is RealGolfersTalk.com. Welcome back. As it is Wednesday, we're going to get into my top favorites, and also just because I like to look at the top five for the if you're betting, gambling on the whole Vegas odds, who they have as their top five. I like to get in that just to see where I'm at, where they're at, who they think, whatever. But anyways, alright. A little irritated. My fucking dog just pissed on. I don't know if you guys know what cornhole is. It's got some bean bags. Fucker just pissed on a couple bags. What an asshole. Fuck. Shit fucking pisses me off. Anyways, so we're gonna get into that a little bit about Tiger Woods. There's been some more, stories. Obviously, Jack had to take, and then there's a writer today talking about Woods I want to get into, but. First and foremost, let's talk about the Quicken Loans tournament itself. It's at Congressional, and the field is not as strong as it should be. I know it's Tiger's tournament. He's not going to be there, but this field was a lot stronger last week. Rick Fowler headlines this field, and not that that's, he's not the obviously able to come, but the next you got Patrick Reed, Justin Thomas, and after that the names are just, they drop significantly. You got Jimmy Walker, who's won a major, but he's not people that just, he's not a guy that's just going to bring all kinds of crowds and draw so much excitement. Like a lot of guys like that aren't in the field this week. Obviously, Jordan won last week. He's not in the field, so don't get to watch him this week, but I understand that. U.S. Open, after walking, what was it, like 10, 20 miles a day or something like that around the golf course, like 10 miles or something. It was a lot of walking that they had to do. So I understand the fact that he's not playing after last week and that dramatic bunker win. I would take a week off too. The field just isn't strong. But I will say for my top five, who my guys are, obviously, of course, Ricky Fowler is going to be my top favorite. The guy just has the game to do it. Quicken Loans. Congressional is a tough golf course. It's actually, the 18th hole is one of my favorite holes to watch play because it's this par 4, but it has water around it and it kind of slants just a little bit. The fairway is mostly straight, but then it kind of slants off, and the green kind of takes a left right there, right by the lake, and there's a bunker in the back right. It is a very tough, challenging hole. So I love that whole hole. It's a great hole. It's one of the best ones in golf today. So I always look forward to watching this tournament just because of that hole. There's a lot of good holes on there, but that one's my favorite personal. So I can't wait to watch that. Ricky Fowler has the game to win there. Obviously, he's number one. When you got a player that stature playing, and all the other guys that aren't there, no Dustin Johnson, no Jason Day, McIlroy, Spieth, Matsuyama, these guys that are up in there in the top 10 that just aren't there, it's going to be hard to pick somebody else. So Ricky Fowler for sure is definitely my favorite. Then you go Patrick Reed. He played well last week. He had a run on Sunday. He made a couple bogeys, but again, he played well. He was under par. He did really well. So I think his game has really stepped up. He's been playing better. He definitely has the firepower to win. He has the drive to win. The guy is a phenomenal golfer. He just needs to have the same focus. Whatever he puts in the Ryder Cup, he needs to have that same focus, during a regular tournament. It's almost like he's bored. I feel like that's why he doesn't win more than he does, because I feel like he gets bored. When he's in a Ryder Cup, he's phenomenal. He's making every putt. He's doing all these things. And then he gets in a tournament, and you're like, is this the same Patrick Reed that's draining, 30-foot putts and right in the middle and fist pumping everybody? Because he's missing 5-footers. And you're like, what? Just doesn't, this game, the fire, it's just not the same. So he needs to figure out kind of how to channel that energy in, that as much as he loves the Ryder Cup, to kind of regular tournaments, and he might be able to play something that shows up on the leaderboard and wins consistently to where he's one of the top players, because he has the game for it. So we just want to see him get to that level. At least I do. Then you got Justin Thomas. Of course, he's going to be one of the favorites. He's won multiple times this year. Obviously, a little bit of an up and down slate as of late. Missed the cut last week. U.S. Open at the 63, the 9 under, but then kind of faltered on Sunday. So he's kind of up and down. What's he going to do? Is he going to do something great? Is he going to kind of falter? I feel like because he didn't get a chance to play on the weekend, he got a few days extra rest. He comes out and he plays more solid. Because of the field and that there isn't the firepower that they normally have, he has a good chance to win because, again, he's sneaky good with his putter. I really believe that. And without having to deal with all these top guys, he's just a name that's going to be up there. So for me, Justin Thomas is, my third guy that I have on that list. Then we're going to kind of get into some sleepers. I got 2 sleepers. Again, I always give you guys 5. I'll be 5 every week. Excuse me. Definitely need a drink of beer. God, I love it. Russell Henley. That is my next guy. He always seems to be around there. Like, he's not in the lead, but he's there. Like, he can make a run. He makes a lot of birdies. I see him this week because, again, the field is not there. He could win this tournament. I like his game. I've liked it since he won his first at the Sony Open years ago. I like the kid's game. His passion for golf is there, and he knows how to win. He's won a few times. So he's the guy I look for this week to make a run and do something. Because, again, when the field isn't as strong as it should be, these other guys that kind of come close or they're around there, their game and their level steps up a little bit because of the fact that they don't have to deal with all these other competitors that win more times out of not. The other sleeper, which I called out last week, is Keegan Bradley. I'm impressed. I didn't get to say that last week. Last video, I didn't get to appreciate Keegan Bradley. I'm going to do that. Keegan Bradley played phenomenal last week. Was on the leaderboard, finished in the top 10. Great job, Keegan Bradley. I appreciate that. Thank you for stepping up your game. This week, I'm picking you as my fifth, my other sleeper pick, to win. I think it's time for you to win. I said that, but you're showing promise. You're playing better. I just believe that Keegan Bradley's time is sooner rather than later for him to get back in the winner's circle. I believe he's going to win. He's going to do things, again, that are very soon that are going to get him back to the level he was, where he's competing in Ryder Cups and all those things, where we're watching him doing the whole stutter step. So Keegan Bradley is my fifth guy that I have. Those are my 5. Fowler, Reed, Thomas, Bradley, Henley. Those are my 5 guys. So, again, for gambling purposes and the odds and where they have the top 5 ranked is, obviously their top 5 who they think projected are the best people to win. Ricky Fowler, obviously, number 1. That makes sense. Justin Thomas, number 2. Makes sense. Patrick Reed, number 3. Makes sense. They throw Bill Haas in there at number 4. Not that Bill Haas can't win, because he certainly can. I don't know if I would put him ahead of other people to be number 4. That one's kind of, all right. I mean, I can understand him being in the top 10, but Bill Haas just kind of, he lingers, but he never, does a whole lot to push himself. He's won, obviously, on tour, and he's done it multiple times. The guy's, won, but I just have a hard time believing that he's the 4th best person to win this tournament in that. So that one's kind of, I'm almost looking at Vegas going, what do you know that we don't know? Because they always seem to be right when they put these guys up there, right? So then their last makes no sense to me whatsoever. Brendan Steele, excuse me. Why the fuck is this guy number 5? I get he played well last week. Why is he number 5? There's so many guys. Billy Horschel's won this year. He's lower. Kevin Chappell won this year. He's lower. Jimmy Walker's won a major. He's way down there. How are these guys below Brendan Steele? What has Brendan Steele done to get himself in the top 5? Again, what does Vegas know that we don't know? To me, I look at that, I almost laugh. Not because, and you know what? Just because of that, the fucker's going to win. He's going to fucking win this week just because of the fact that I'm talking shit. I mean, Brendan Steele obviously plays on the PGA Tour. He's got a game to win. I get it. But why the fuck is he number 5? I mean, if you're picking Brendan Steele to win this, you either love Brendan Steele or you're hoping that you make a bet to win you a lot of money, because he's not going to be in the top 5 of going, he's going to win a championship, he's going to win a tournament. You're not picking him in the top 5. And I know the field's short, but it's not that short where you're putting Brendan Steele at number 5. So that one's questionable. Yeah, for lack of a better term, questionable why he's there. That's at the least saying this questionable. So those are where they're at. Fowler, Thomas, Reed, Haas, and Steele. Those are theirs. Again, 3. I have 3 of 5 from the Vegas odds. I don't agree with the last one for sure. Bill Haas, again, a little iffy. I can understand, but I can't. But that's where we're sitting. So, and again, they're playing at Congressional. They're playing Congressional. It's Quicken Loans. It's Tigers tournament. I don't know if you guys have played WGT Golf. It's an app. It's a cool app. I like playing it. But I don't understand why the rough there, when you're playing the game, why the rough seems like you're hitting out of a fucking bush. It goes nowhere. You hit it, it goes like 2 feet. Like, unless you're using a lob wedge, the ball doesn't go anywhere in the rough. So any other tournament that you have that the games you play on there, it's never like that. But Congressional, so hopefully the rough is like 3 feet long, because that's what it feels like when I'm playing this fucking game. But the rough in Congressional is going to be the thing that determines if you're in the fairway, you're going to be able to play. Now, again, it's not going to be as long as like U.S. Opens and stuff like that, where it's just, but it is a problem. You got to be in the fairway. It's a driving course. You got to be in the fairway. You got to be able to hit your second shot from the fairway. If you can do that, that's who's going to win this tournament. Whoever can drive the ball the best, I believe, is going to win the tournament. Now, you got to hit the ball, but driving it in the fairway, you're going to give yourself so many more chances to make birdies. So, for me, that's the key of this tournament, what I look for. And again, who's going to do that? Those are my 5 guys. I think that they have the best chance to own that stat and win this tournament. So, again, we'll find out tomorrow. Round 1's tomorrow. We'll find out. Then I'll be able to go over round 1 and kind of see where this stack ranking goes. See who's coming up. And again, we'll always have the guy that's out of nowhere that's coming up, like Boo Weekley last week, which props to him. He did a phenomenal job. But, they kind of come out of nowhere, and you're like, what the fuck? Like, wow. So we'll see that. We'll talk about whether or not they can get to the victory. Can they get there? Can they maintain a level of golf that gets them the tournament victory? We'll find out who those guys are. But since, it's Tiger's tournament, and Tiger won't be there because of, as we all know, the many reasons of why Tiger Woods is having issues right now, the various problems he's had. There's question marks up and down. I know I've discussed it, and I'll talk about it again. The guy just needs help, and he needs to take his time. And, Jack was saying, hey, this guy has life problems. This is what Jack said, Jack Nicklaus. He's like, hey, this guy has real problems. This guy has life problems. He's not able to play professional golf. He's like, I don't even know if he'll be able to do it. He's got such a steep climbing, like such a hill, so steep. He's got to climb up it just to get back to professional golf. And he's right. He's right to say that, because it is true. For him to get healthy mentally and physically, that is a very big mountain that he's got to climb. And it's going to take time, and he's going to have to allow that time to take place. And we've seen Tiger keep trying to make these comebacks, and it's been faltering every time. He's got to take the right time. We don't know if he will. I don't know. I personally don't know. I would love to see it. I don't know what he's going to do. I don't. But Jack saying that, he's absolutely right. Hit it right on the nail with that. We just need Tiger to get healthy. And this writer, Kevin Van Valkenburg, Kevin wrote, hey, I just, with everything that's going on, I don't want Tiger to play anymore. And I read that, and what he says in his article, if you go on there, see ESPN, look at Kevin Van Valkenburg, great article, reading on that, and I'm mentioning it because it is a great article. You guys should check it out on ESPN. Go to the, obviously click on golf and, go through that, and he has this great article on Tiger. But do I never want him to play again? And he starts talking about, hey, he should look into, he has these great, like he had this, I guess at the Ryder Cup, he was talking to Hunter Mahan about Thomas Pieters' grip, and he had like 5 minutes just discussing it. He said it was the most riveting thing he's heard it would normally be such a boring conversation, but he said it was riveting, like the attention to detail that Tiger has, and it's true. You don't win 79 tournaments, you don't win 14 major championships if you don't have attention to detail. And he goes, oh, maybe you should just stop playing golf and move on to calling all the best players in the world. Like Jason Day, he called him after the 79 he shot at the U.S. Open. And Jason Day was pissed. He's like, hey, I don't want your advice. Like, I'm not going to call him back. I never called him back, blah, blah, blah. But I understand why he wants him to do that. I get it. And, I mean, at one point, I would love to see Tiger Woods given the best players in golf. And even just some of the other guys that need it. The professional, help, the mindset that he has, how to plan a course, how to strategize through an entire course. I would love to see that. It's just one of those things where this is what I believe. Let me take a beer. I don't think we should do that. As much as we want to go, is Tiger coming back? Is he not coming back? Is he done? We need to stop with that conversation. We need to stop with the conversation of what's he going to do? What Tiger Woods needs to do is stop and just do what's right for himself right now. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if he's coming back. I would love to see him come back. But instead of worrying about whether he's going to come back or worrying about what he's going to do next if he doesn't come back, let's just worry about Tiger Woods. Let's worry about Tiger Woods and his health, mentally and physically. And let's hope that he just gets healthy in the head and physically. So that way we can look at a Tiger Woods where we don't see him on TV with video clips of him getting arrested for taking too many pills and driving, or the sex scandal, or him coming back from back surgery and then finally comes back and plays horrible and has another back injury and all this negative aura that's around him. Let's stop with that. Let's just get Tiger healthy. Let's everybody just talk about, Tiger, please do what's right for yourself as a person. And if you do that and you want to come back at that point, go ahead, man. Do what you got to do at that point. Everybody will root for you. And if you don't decide to come back, then that's fine too, and everybody will root for you. But instead of making all these conversations, and I get it, that's what our jobs are to do. As writers, as video makers, things like this. These are the questions. Oh, what do you do next? I know that's what they want us to do, but that's not what we need to do. What everybody else needs to do is shut the hell up and let Tiger Woods get healthy and just say, each time his name comes up, God, I wish Tiger the best and I hope he gets healthy. That's what everybody needs to be saying. And that's why I'm making this stuff right here, this video site, for things like that. Because I'm not here to talk about what a Golf Channel or ESPN wants me to say. I'm here to talk about what I want to say and what I think is necessary. So for Tiger Woods, I hope he gets everything right in his life. And then at that point, we can have a conversation after that. But right now, I'm focused on that. So hopefully you guys agree with that. If not, it's cool. Again, you have every right to comment, say whatever you want, whether you agree or disagree. I love comments. Things you want to discuss. Still waiting for comments. But hopefully you guys continue to keep watching this. And hopefully you're interested, and hopefully I make it interesting. And if there's anything you guys think I can do better, please let me know. But I appreciate your time. That's what I think. Those are my top fives. These are my discussions. I'm Jason. This is RealGolfersTalk.com. Thanks for joining me. See you next time.